In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a broken or damaged center door hinge on your Whirlpool refrigerator. If you need to buy a new center door hinge, check out our website, partsdoctor.com, where we sell parts for all major appliance brands. For this repair, unplug or disconnect the power and water supply to the refrigerator. Before removing the door, you'll want to remove the door bins and ice bin to make handling the door easier. To remove the bin, lift up on both sides to release it from the locking tabs. If needed, gently tap on the bottom. To remove the ice bin, open the ice bucket cover by pressing the locking tab up, then insert your fingers into the opening, pull the latch towards you, and lift up. Now, on the top of the fridge, remove the Phillips screw and plastic cover over the hinge. With the cover removed, we now need to disconnect the water line and electrical connector. Disconnect the electrical connector by depressing the locking tab and pulling it apart. Then, disconnect the water line by flipping the black locking tab up and pulling the line out. Water may drip from the dispenser once disconnected. Next, remove the Phillips screw holding the ground wire to the hinge. Before removing the hinge, apply a piece of tape to secure the door in place. Now, using a T25 Torx bit, remove these two screws seated on top of the hinge. Then, lift up on the door hinge and separate the plastic retainer from the hinge. Remove the retainer and run the ground wire and wiring harness through the slot on the hinge. And fish the water line through the hole on the hinge. Now, peel off the tape. Next, slightly open the door and lift the door off the bottom hinge. Now, open the freezer door. Next, using a T25 Torx bit, remove the 3 screws and the hinge. When shopping for a new center door hinge, be sure you're searching with the model number from the tag on your appliance to make sure you get the correct part. This part is side specific, so make sure you're ordering the correct one. To install the hinge, align it and reinstall the 3 screws, making sure to start them by hand to avoid cross-threading. Then, close the freezer door. To install the door, you'll need to align the hole in the bottom of the door with the bottom hinge. Then, close the door. Then, reapply the tape to the door. To install the hinge, run the water line through the hole on the hinge and the ground wire and wiring harness through the slot. Then, reinstall the plastic retainer. Next, align the hinge to the top of the door, push back in place, and reinstall the 2 screws. The hinge can only be installed in one direction. Now, reconnect the electrical connector by aligning, pushing until it snaps back in place. Reattach the ground screw, and reconnect the water line by inserting, pushing until it stops, and folding down the black locking tab. Next, reinstall the plastic hinge cover. This may be tricky as the wires need to be routed through the cover. Again, this can only be installed in one direction. Now, peel off the tape. Next, install the ice bin by opening the cover, aligning the bin in the opening, and setting in place. It will make an audible click when locked back in place. To install the door bins, align the tabs and push down to lock in place. That's it for this video. If you learned something new, hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this and these, please consider subscribing.